So hey there guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a simple pause screen. As you can see here, first off I'm going to press the spacebar key and you're going to see that I paused the game. This guy has stopped jumping and I can decide to continue. I can decide to restart the game, it starts again, and as you can see that guy just hit me with a bullet and I failed. So yeah, I'm going to be doing all this in this tutorial, so stay tuned. As said, in this video we're going to make the fill screen and the pause menu. So if you have not been following this series, I want to refer this other video to you so that you can easily just go. If you want to make a pause screen, a card will be at the right hand side there. You can go click it and go to the video, and also timestamps will be in the description. So if you want to go to the part where I make the fill screen and just navigate through, they will be in the description. Yeah, so first off I want to start by making a new scene. And I'm sorry, I have to apologize. I have not posted videos in a very long time, and I think I would have told you guys the reason for that earlier. So yes, in this new scene we're going to say other node canvas layer. So this canvas layer we're just going to name it UI. Control A, we're going to make another canvas layer and we're going to duplicate it. So one of it is going to be our pause and one of it is going to be our field. So under the pause we're going to make a control, just a normal control here, make it full rect, and under it we're going to make a color rect, which is going to be full black. I'm gonna put a alpha a bit low. Well, so anyways, what I want to tell you is what I want to set up exactly is just the UI. So if you already set up the UI, also timestamps will be in the description. You can go and see where I actually start coding the pause menu. So yeah, actually this color rect is going to be a direct child of the pause. I don't need this control, and I'm just going to name this another UI. So under this I'm going to have a panel. I'm not going to be over styling all this stuff, just going to be the basics. And yeah, make this center, and up here I'm going to add another child of the color rect label, and yes, that's, I'm just gonna name this paused. Paused. I'm just gonna say paused in here. Go over to assets, our fonts. We're gonna use agency FB for this. So we'll go over to label and drag that down, custom fonts. So we're gonna increase the size to about a 50, and I think that should be nice. I'm gonna make it top center. Okay, center top. I'm gonna shift it down a bit, go up, align center. Fine. So I think we should be good. Then under the panel, I'm gonna just drag this up here and name it title. Okay, so under the panel, we're going to have a VBox container, and inside the VBox container, we're going to have buttons. So there are going to be 3 buttons: restart, continue, and quit. Sorry. So here I'm just going to rename this restart.
Next one, continue, and quit. I just name this menu instead.
So the VBox container is going to be pretty much full rect, and I'm just going to reduce it a bit, and we're going to select all our 3 buttons. Okay, we're going to be editing the 3 of them at the same time. Go to size flags, vertical expand first off, and go to custom fonts. I'm going to add agency FB as a font. Settings, we're going to make this about 30, and we're going to put text in it. So I'm just going to start with the first one, which is going to be restart, and the second one is going to be continue, and the third one is going to be main menu. So for the VBox container, I'll go at custom constants, and we're going to make this about a 40 so that we can just reduce the size there, and we're good for the pause screen. So we'll go over here to the field screen. Anyways, we're going to like duplicate it because we don't want doing this all over again. So we just go over here, UI Control D. We're going to have it again, UI2, and we're going to just drag it under the field screen. So here I'm going to just change it to UI again. The title is no more going to be paused, it's going to be filled. So Failed. Anyways, yes, that should be nice. So I want to do something before I forget. The UI, the layer is going to be 2. The pause is going to be 2. The layer is going to be 2. And the field, the layer is also going to be 2. Just so that none of them will be under any of them, if you understand what I mean. So for the pause screen, we're going to put this off for now, off its visibility, so that we can work with this one. Field, okay, restart is going to be there. Continue is not going to be there, so we're just going to get rid of that. And that means we're going to reduce the size of our panel, I guess, to something like this. I'm going to shift this down and we should be good. We're going to save this as UI. We're going to save it in objects, save. Go over to game. Okay, sorry. Yeah, we'll go over to game. And we're going to instance that scene, so we'll just say UI. And we'll go over to the scene again. I'm sorry, I forgot something. We're going to turn this off, so that the only time we're going to be accessing this is through code. That way, yeah. Go over to game. Go over to UI, and the UI is going to go over to the UI node itself, and we'll go over to pause and process. So we're going to change that inherit to process, because we want a situation whereby even if the game scene is paused, the scene tree is paused, this UI is going to work. Yeah, make sure you have to do that step. If not, your pause screen is going to act very funny. So in my game, I want a situation whereby I'll press when I press the spacebar key, it's going to pause the screen and show this pause stuff. Then to unpause it, I just use my pause continue screen and do that. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the UI scene, create a new script, UI.gd in objects. Yes, and I want to use the unhandled input key event. So I want to make a function underscore unhandled key input event. So we say if event dot is action released. So if we release the select key UI underscore select, which is the spacebar. If you don't know what where you can get what this UI select is, you can go over to project settings, and you see UI select here under input map, and you know your key. So you can also make a new action if you want, and I'm not going to do that. So to pause the screen, all we need to type is get underscore tree dot pause. So this is everything you need to do to pause the screen. So you have to make it to true. You have to set it to true. And yeah, this is all the code you need to pause the screen. But for now, it's just going to pause the screen. Nothing is going to happen. It's not going to show this pause screen and stuff. So we can all do that in code. Just know that if you don't set pause to process over here in the UI, it's not going to work. I repeat, everything is going to actually pause, and you're not going to be able to click your paused UI buttons and stuff. So yes, so when we set it to true, we want to show the pause screen. So we want to say paused UI the show. First off, when we show that, we want to go back to the UI, continue, and we're going to say pressed. Okay, we're going to send the pressed signal here, and when we press it, we want to get underscore tree the paused to be equal to false. Yes, I think that should be good. And also we have to hide the pause screen. So say pause /UI dot hide. I think this is actually all we need to do. Also the restart and the menu. That one you just have to change the scenes. Anyways, I'm gonna do it. So we're going to run it. When we press the spacebar key, we're going to pause, and you see the bullet has paused. My guy has paused here. We'll stop running, and I can click continue, and it continues. So yeah, I think this is nice. Press the spacebar key again. Okay, so everything works nicely. Also, if your buttons don't work when you pause the screen, I repeat, go over to UI and change this to process. So we change the pause here to process. So yes, I think that we should be done. For the restart, I'm going to just show you how to do this first, so that despite every scene we are, it's going to also restart to that scene, not to the main game scene. So we say get underscore tree dot reload current scene, sorry, and that's just going to restart our scene. Over to the menu, and I'm not going to be explaining this. I think I'll leave it like as an assignment. It's just to change the scene over back to the menu scene, and yeah, you should be able to do that. And over to the field, it's basically the same thing. Anyways, the player cannot be damaged yet, so we have to do that first, and we're going to do that enemy bullet, I guess. So we say enemy bullet. So yes, over in the enemy bullet, we're just going to say over here underscore bullet body entered body. So we're going to say if self the name. Remember that the bullet and the enemy bullet are sharing the same the player bullet and the enemy bullet are sharing the same script. So we say if self the name is equal to enemy bullet and body the name is player, then we want to cause some damage to the player, or let's just say body dot kill, because we want the player to die at one instance, so that will not make this tutorial too confusing. So we were going to make a function here, sorry, func kill, and this is going to be called when whenever an enemy bullet touches us, and we're just going to call the field screen and stuff. So we're going to go over here to the game, and we want to make another function field, and this is going to also tell the UI to fill. Okay, so you say UI.field, and we go over to the UI script, and we're going to make another function func field, and all this web kind of chain connection is just so that the player can easily send what they call it, a signal to the game that okay, we are dead, and the game is going to send the signal to the UI that okay, show the UI screen. So that's basically everything it's doing. So from the enemy bullet, we're going to send body.kill to the player. The player is going to send kill. Okay, I have not done that yet, so we say get. I can just say get underscore parent, since the player is a direct child of the game scene. So say get under parents the field. So yeah, we're telling the game scene that we're failed, and the game scene is telling the UI that we're failed, and the UI is going to show the UI screen. Anyways, even after we fail, I don't want a situation whereby the game will be paused. I want everything to still be moving to actually show that we really died, not that we paused the game. So we're not going to be pausing in this case. So we're going to field UI dot show. That's all, I guess. And also, I'm sorry, I would have said this earlier in this video. The restart pressed, before you reload the scene, you have to actually unpause the tree again. So you say the paused equals to false again. So yes, this is actually necessary, because if you don't unpause the screen, it's going to reload and everything is just going to freeze. It's never going to render it completely, and there might be some weird stuff going on. Actually, this is a punishment for the guys that don't watch to the end of the video, so always watch to the end of the video. So that's all, I guess. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments. I'll be available on Discord and these other social media platforms below. Thanks and goodbye.